Hello folks, this is another short video from the Coasty Wood Shop featuring Coasty Bob. Hi, I like trying oddball stuff on my laser just to try it out, see little bits and pieces and little quirky things you can make. Today I'm going to try, well, I have tried before and I've succeeded at it, but I'm going to show y'all today burning images onto leaves. Now you can burn them onto about any kind of leaf you want, but you want to make sure you get one that's kind of really flat, because if you got anything with a curve on it, it's not going to turn out very well. So flip this thing around. I use, it's called a catawba leaf. See, they're nice and kind of real flimsy and stuff, and they work very well on doing stuff like this. My only problem is trying to preserve my work, because you do it, and I tried last year to put them in a frame and everything, but they finally dried out and rotted and kind of look nasty. So I'm still in the process of trying to figure out how to preserve these things after I make them. What I like to do on this, because it doesn't lay very flat with a stem on it, I like to trim the stems off pretty close. That way, when you put it in the laser, it tends to be kind of like paper. It'll lay flat like paper. Like I got it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the laser head back into position. And you see what I got up on my screen, which I'm an Eagles fan, so sorry for you Cowboy fans. But since the leaf is green, I figured this would turn out fairly well. So I got my settings. I tried one earlier on a 30, so I'm probably going to go 35, maybe 40. Let's see. Let's go 40 for giggles. And on my B1 40 watt, go ahead and frame it out. Make sure it's going to fit where I want it to. Okay, now that we got this thing zeroed out and framed in and everything, I'm double checking my work, double check my framing. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to start this little bugger up and see how it comes out. See it starting. We will come back in a couple of seconds or a minute and see how it says it's got about 17 minutes. So we're going to give it a short break and we'll be right back. So as you can see, it is still going. It's doing its thing. It shouldn't take too much longer. According to the thing, it's got 11 minutes to go. I'm not going to bore you with the whole 11 minutes. We'll come back and see how it's going after a few. And we're back, and it's still chugging along. Shouldn't be too much longer. We got about 6 minutes left to go, according to the clock over here. And we'll be back shortly. Well, folks, it looks like it's almost done. Be back and see what it looks like after it gets all finished up. Well, people, I think it's finally decided to quit. Let's see what our project looks like now. Move the head out of the way. more or less. Let's take it outside and see what it looks like outside. Lit up. There you go, peoples. Perfectly burnt into a leaf. So this is a interesting little project if you want to try it later. Like I said, you could use any kind of leaf, kind of like what you want, but it shows that it can be done. So you could burn them on kind of like any leaf. Just you want something that'll lay flat and that it's easy to work with. That's why I like these catawba leaves. As you can see, the way the wind's blowing in here, they're very almost like elephant ears, kind of the way they are. But that's kind of the way it looks. But then when you put it up to the light, it shows through. This is an earlier one that I had done as a test run before making the video. You can see how well that one came out too also. I'm still trying to figure out how to preserve these things somehow or another so I can keep them to show them to other people. Well, people, that was the long and short of doing a leaf video, and it can be done. Like I said, you just need to get one that'll actually sit level and sit flat, because it's hard to do anything if they're curling up or so short. I've seen them done on smaller leaves, but what I do a lot of times is I take them and put them between two things and put some weight on them to flatten them out so they'll stay flat when I go to try to do them. So until next time, I'm be here and making another video hopefully soon and posting it on the Coasty Wood Shop. And thank you for checking out my video. And as I said, I don't do very high dollar production jobs here, because I'm a 68-year-old man that's just trying to have some fun and do some things with what time I got left. So see y'all later, and have a good day. This is Coasty Bob from the Coasty Wood Shop saying so long and smooth sailing.